All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Podcast in the North. My name is Subota and we're coming at you live from the Godlich Barbershop. And today we have a very special guest in the building. I'm talking about Pemphero Mphande. Akulo, first of all, because you're in the north, Tampogerane.
No, got your man.
Mulud.
Magola Golim.
Magola.
Yeah, but I love the name of the podcast.
Already?
A podcast in the north. It reminds me of so in the series,
yes,
Game of Thrones,
yes,
there's there's somebody that they call a king in the north.
Yes.
So when I saw a podcast in the north, so it made me think of the king in the north. It's a beautiful name, not because I'm from the north, but it just sounds good.
Thank you, really appreciate.
Yeah,
I'm Makonda Kukambati. The north remembers.
I know. That one, the North remembers.
The North remembers.
So in most cultures, cultures and BD, history and books, the North is usually a very powerful area of most of the things. In most cases. Yeah. So if you read most books, they would say the king in the North. The North has got that. So the North is a very powerful term.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. But you haven't grown up in the north, have you?
I was born in Blantyre. I've spent parts of my life in Blantyre. So there's both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the most part of your life was that side?
Yes. But I could say it's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
50-50. Yeah. Course of good.
Kula family was situated there for
my mom was a primary school teacher. She was teaching at Dalap. Dalap is now called Namoa Primary School.
Oh.
So yeah. So when I was born at Mlambe Hospital. My mom was staying in Jiromo, so by birth in Denziga we are Jiromo on that side. But I've never in my old age I've not really been to Jiromo.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now she's retired. Eh?
Now she's retired.
She's now in the north.
Yeah, she's back in the north.
I should have brought her.
But unfortunately,
okay.
She's in the village. But I'm hoping she's coming back today or tomorrow, then I'll be able to see her.
Yeah. Okay.
Not
but then how are you? How many are you in your family?
So in my family, in my immediate family, because I've got a big family, cousins that I love so much that I've grown up with, and I consider them my family as well. But in my immediate family, I've got 2 siblings.
Okay.
So there's my firstborn sister. And then there's my second-born sister. So my first-born sister.
So you're the only guy.
I'm the only guy.
And you're the first one.
I don't know. I'm the last born.
You're the last.
I'm the last born. Where am I? My sister? She's here.
Yeah.
My second-born sister is now in the UK. She's doing her masters. Then there's me.
But then with your status now, how do they feel about your brand? Do people approach them when they see them? Or do they brag about it? I don't
know, but what I know is that usually when people are trying to get to me to ask for something, especially in terms of the work that we're doing, sometimes they can go through my sisters. But my sisters always say, "Can I give them your number or not?" Because they know I'm very hard when somebody gives away my number
without telling you.
Because
it's a private one.
A phone call is also, a phone is a private thing. So you just can't get people calling you randomly. So that's why I page to make a number. Because my PRO, she tells me, "Pena how many name." So imagine I can't number as give me a pack. But so in terms of bragging, I don't know. My family
did they ever know could you be this? I want to, for lack of a better word, this famous guy.
No, that's the better word.
I wanted to say this celebrity,
I don't know. I don't think there's a family that knows. I'm thinking, go watch as a president. I think things just happen. One day you could be the president of Malawi, and we'll be saying, interview where interview. Then people phone no
talk to my secretary.
So I don't think people know. I mean, look at the story of South team, right?
Yes.
People say he was working for Aero, and a few days back, just shortly after he died, so I had posted something on my status. And then someone said, he was my boss at Aero.
Oh.
He was a very good guy. She said he was the life of the party. And then she sent me a video. And no one knew that at that time that he was going to become the vice president. He was just a guy. One of their workmates, and they're having a good time. So I think it's all of those things.
So usually with interviews, people start with tell me about yourself, Chan. But I think for us today, we're gonna do it differently.
Yeah.
I think I would like to share what I know, and you comment if I've lied somewhere or if there's anything to add.
That's okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, this is Mphande. He is a well-known socialite. He owns a dating site called 265 Dates. He owns a social media platform that has several programs: Mystical Sundays, Hide My ID. He also owns an organization called Forum for AIDS Counseling and Testing. He is also the owner of, he has a foundation, a charity foundation, Mphande and Friends Foundation. He also has a writing competition. He's also an author. He has wrote a book.
Yeah.
But I also heard at some point that you also owned a funeral company. Is that true? No?
No.
Someone said, but from my introduction, is there anything that I've left out?
No, that is good. That all that is good. Just a correction on the organization is that I founded FAC Malawi, what you call Forum for AIDS Counseling and Training.
Yes.
But because it's an NGO, so no one owns an NGO. You can found it, but the way it is set up, so it's a non-profit organization. No one owns it.
Yeah.
It belongs to the public.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say I'm the founder. So you are correct.
Yes.
But the best way to say it is the founder. But whatever you've said there, I don't think there's anything that you've missed.
I think your achievement, you're a well-accomplished guy, and all of those things that I've mentioned are so inspiring.
Yeah.
But then one would argue to say this guy has not risen from rags to riches. He's probably from a well-to-do already family. What would you say on that?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie that I grew up poor. I didn't grow up poor. I wouldn't say my family is rich.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up poor. Like I said, my mom was a teacher.
Similarly, and short, I would teach.
And I wouldn't say that. I think my family has always been okay.
Okay.
So we thank God for that.
Yeah.
But why must the story always be from rags to riches? I don't understand. I think yeah, I think it's because anambi no vudinga. Most people are poor in the world. Like maiko vudinga ngalo nizoko vudika kwambi. So maiko vudika le kwambi sana maiko shida bino. But I think the base story to be told is not the story of rising from rags to riches. The base story is the story of a man who has impacted many lives. We should always focus on how many lives have you changed.
Yeah.
Because where you were born and you're living, that is the most powerful story that we can ever tell. I'll tell you, they don't touch a single life. Ana also ambanga the very same things. But you can still feel the impact of their work.
Yes.
I'll give an example of Bill Gates. Okay, now I'm not a fan of people who are the left leaning, the Democrats, like Bill Gates, but Bill Gates is one of the richest people in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He could have chosen to just keep his money to himself. But you spoke about FAC Malawi.
Yes.
So my organization, the first grant we got, first grant in 2018, was from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation through Rise Up. It was $9,000 US. So that's a rich man whose work, came. If you know Malawi, were
benefited from that.
Yeah, so would it matter whether Bill Gates came from rags to riches? I don't think it's important.
Yeah.
So, when you ask me that, I will say it, proudly. Yeah. My family was not a rich family.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was a middle income family, like most families.
Yeah.
Like I said, my mom was a zero money.
Yes.
So good
commercial primary teacher.
You get it?
Those days. Kuka sugar. Balancing up.
You understand that? So yeah, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I had that upbringing.
Yeah.
And what we're doing now, for me is that there's been that blessing. But then again, just to add on that one,
yes,
it's not all people that are born from rich families that are doing what I'm doing. That have got a page like mine with over 500,000 followers.
No, yeah.
That are doing all these things you mentioned, having a writing competition, having a dating site, where people are finding love, having a writing competition where people can participate. Not all those are doing. In a basi, maona ndani was. Agusura jamba, agupanga shisha. Mwana mwana wangana mamono yo, ojupapo yo. Basa kumamuwa, wanyamukapakira kazi nkalimo. So not everyone else who was born from a well-to-do family is going to make an impact in society.
Yeah.
That's just how life is. You can't change it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And also, just to get things off the way, one of these days, someone who we were together with at Pwezi,
yes,
told me that Mphande amatitiza kwambili kupwezi. And knowing you, you are very unapologetic about what you stand for and all that. But what would you say on that?
I used to tease people, and like you said, I don't regret it. Why don't I regret it? Nimatiza kwambili. Or ana makofi but that was the lifestyle then.
Yes.
If you go to school, you feel kupwezi kuja.
Yeah.
Titango fika kumeni. Tukufika ama to walk up to prison.
Yes.
Ndi wafuza so staunch. Apanga ndi wafika ku prison kuno. From form 1. Nani kufika form 3, so form 3 and form 4 there was that rival here. So form 3 amadi godisa mijenga usiku amazo ko vengo ndizo makapa makala tsiku limoza. Ndimakaganda mijenga moja. Ukamazuka ndi mawali mijenga museme mu 4 hours and hours. Ndi makaka kumenya makofi. Ndi makaka kuti kamwana kama boa ka form 3 anamango bwera. Makofi bas. But that made you tough.
Yes.
It made you, become more clever and more smart. Ndemo kafika form 4 na nusu. Mafraude pange zili. So it's a culture. It's just like what people talk about. Dr. Banda na dictator.
Yeah.
I always say, Dr. Banda lived in an era where dictatorship was the way of governance. Kulikonse mubiteka ukuna there were dictators. Even in Europe there were dictators. So I'm sure Dr. Banda, if he was born in this era, in a scenario where it's not a dictatorship. But now I'm hearing good it is crazy nata. And if I can masiko ngomakhala no kusa kwambiri.
Oh.
Ana masiko ana makhala kwenda kulira.
Nanga cities kulibe.
My favorite kasama coffee, ukaja kumene kujako kupita kunyumba kujako makhali you are tough, thick skin. Kupita college kuja makhali basi wewe. But nowadays mwana, pangono basi my rights. Depression. Cry babies. Depression. No offense, but it's society is becoming soft.
And I think it takes away from people who are really depressed.
Oh yeah.
The maluzi chabe and the small relationship issue. Komano, you are making a big deal out of it, and it takes away from the people that are actually going through Zinugati also.
In fact, just when I was coming here, you were asking me so need Dr. Joram.
Yes.
So I was with Joram. Yes. So Joram and I usually have these conversations. Yeah. Nowadays they keep on saying talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. It's like they're pushing you.
Yes.
So pesadi muntu unali kunchito unajedwa abwana au kalipira. Mnajedwa ni bwana kunchito. Kina basi muntu wankulu basi bwana ndikalipira. Are you okay? I'm not okay. Bwana ndikalipira. Iwe don't be stupid. Mawa ukangola wila kuja kunchito. But with the way society is now, mruja kavuroka ngono ngati kamene kaja kamba akapita ukamza talk to somebody.
Yes.
I need to talk to you. Bwanja mwini bwanja bwanja. So you start to amplify a small problem. Kimasaduka ikulu. And that's how society has become. Back in the days, magolo atu mwana ukamalira amakupa sambamba wengine kumzora ndupanga zokusa. There's also a benefit for that people become thick-skinned. They find ways to deal with problems. But social media now has also made a lot of things, and you see most of the depression you watch Nyamara Mbili is to do with Ndalama. When I left college, 2017 ndabanga graduate. I wasn't panicking. Kuti nini zibanga njani panopa. Kwa masiku anabaza munthu wangocha amene ku college apapuma basize kuyenda mwene nongokhala. It's always a process in life. Aliyense in life eventually amapeza chochita. But it's step by step. Sikuti ungangofika le basi uli nyumba. So amataka one in November I'm 31 years old. Namba kugwira ntchito ineyo 2018 17 there about. You think nikafandiyo ngocha amene ku college? No. If you see me driving a better car than you, they was in the city. Why are you admiring me? You see me, I'm posting my house. Do you know where I was staying 3 years ago?
No. And I think also, and school masiku antinaenda changu. 21 years muntu is a graduate.
Wamaliza ni graduate muntu. Kuma kufuna kuti akufuna time ino akhali nyumba changa chape Mphande, akhali gamoto ngati andani kaya. You can't have all of those things. Akaenda iPhone chakuti you can't have all of those things. So and again, all of these issues, back to the issue Makamba, Tinkani number mnafuta kuti matizi. Inaifila kutiza kuja kumataniza kuti kaya tough, kaya strong. It's good that people must have rights and some name. We must not allow violence. Yes. But again, I will say this. Chili need benefit yake. If it not fangat. Ananditiza tinafanga.
Enake sana kupeza nimbo kuworld kuti yananditiza ndimo.
Yamabwera makondo asa mkatiza ni bwana kuno. They are very happy. And they know it made them tough. See you osewa zanga umadziwe na washina kaina jofu so ina wanangwa. Wanangwa. Osewa they were below me. Matiza ndo osaje. But now we are brothers. Tima jezi. I hope now also adafika from for anatiza now.
Speaking about money, ndimenete makambira kuti issues to do with money, mapanga research nyamata. I wanted to find out fati iweyo somewhere you wrote kuti you bought your first car in college.
I did.
Amene panopa okay, today we can understand. Now people can buy a car and have orders in China and school but in your time kugula gari moto, where did you get the money?
Not just my time, even in this time, who's buying a car in college?
Ndoche baba mbiti.
But very few are doing that. Very few are doing that. So for me, I'll tell you. So when I was in college,
kabena chifayoti mwina kwanuso mwina sana ngoko panyeka translate. Because I heard kuti your father is a professor.
Yes, my dad is in the US. So yeah, so of course.
Then when tonight my dollars do that.
Yeah, so of course around that time I was so let me tell you. So when I was in college, I went to College of Medicine, right? If it were school, abingwa mtaliga 2010 anasinda the policy. Kale all of you are government sponsored students.
Yes.
Ndi mukabuja kumene kujaku mukafika kuja ma free accommodation za kuja mapija amakupasani ma coupon. Ndema alisa mukapija ndi coupon yake makaja ku cafe. There was a cafe, you found everything. So Bing made a change. Bing said no. So we were the first group for that change. We were called sponsored students, government sponsored students, yes. But so we're not going to eat at the cafe. Amadeba sandalama. So accommodation di ndarama. If you could choose not to stay on the hostel, they would give you the money. You can go, but so they were paying accommodation amadeba school ija. Then they were giving us money at the time. Amadeba 27. They were giving us 27,000
monthly.
And that was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. So tinandima kadi ankadi mass switch. So let me tell you to give you a picture. Right now, okay, I don't take beers anymore. I drink spirits mostly and whiskey. I don't know, but how much is a bottle of green?
Green.
Or special or guje. 2.5, right? So during our time, at that time I remember in 2010 Luambara, green was 95 kwacha. So you could take 1,000 kwacha, kupita kumuwa, ukaledzera,
kuvungira surround that.
Yeah, okay. Just to give you a picture of what that means having a 27,000 kwacha. So, from that money.
Just hold on. Our co-host is late today. Can we manage to get her a seat, Kabena? Will it change anything? Kabena, she will co-host from that side.
I can co-host from this side.
You can co-host from that side.
No, she must not co-host. She's late.
You are late.
If you allow her to co-host,
I think she's
you're going
late.
to promote laziness and lateness.
Okay. I think today we are going to watch the show.
Laziness. Lateness is laziness.
All right. So let's continue with the story. So Malandi at 27,000.
Yeah. So from that money, I was saving a little bit. So I had a plan. Okay. So the
plan was to buy a car.
The plan was to buy a car. So every month I was saving 2,000 won. So I'd spend 25,000 won. So plus with my dad, we had a plan with this pharmacy and whatnot. He was also sending me some money. In fact, but some guy he ripped us off.
Oh.
Up until we started busy and where close by 2 class, eh?
2 class inali pauje.
Yeah, so we found a space there. I won't mention the name of the guy, but somewhere there, my mom paid money to some guy.
Yeah.
This guy, so crooked. I wish I could say his name. But it's fine. My mom said let it go. But we paid for rent here 3 months. Was it 2 months? This guy, so that's how the dream of me owning a pharmacy in New College failed. So I did, and stuff like that. But also, when I was
Nangasi, you were also studying
yes. So back in college, I was the president of College of Medicine, AIDS Counseling and Training Society. So around 2015 there, but we're getting funding.
Yes.
So we got funding from the National AIDS Commission, about 2.5 million. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I was getting allowances from there as well, plus I'm here to my end my bank allowances.
Yeah.
So by the end of that year, I had about close to almost 1.5 million from different things, from what I was saving, from my dad, from that work as well. So I had that money. Now, this is a funny story. Let me tell you how I bought my first car.
Yeah.
So I came down here. Nabila kunoko naenda nzanga timango momo. Umaya akabasi.
Ndio tumekuchosa hapo pamoja.
Ndaje kuchoka. Mpaka ndame jenaza sana exactly. I think that's about 1.2 million. Ndawe kupita. So one day nimeenda hardware budget. I think there was an office ya kwatu somewhere there. So I was going to office ya kwatu.
Yeah.
Kumbuka ingine see a car passing by. Bila car for sale.
So aikaka uje.
Kaposta umesema banga. Aja nini? Na za kama ni mguli sana. Anaki apenda pake no he stopped somewhere panali opportunity bank where there's keeps opposite about. So there's a shop about. The guy stopped somewhere there. So namba zamene bajaba. Aurana guli sana. How much? At 1 million. Okay, good. So let's test the car. Battery mafuta na mzoke fine. Battery yake imeanza kukanga. So that was a big battery. So namudenga nabida shop pa depot diba.
Yes.
We bought a battery then it was N40 I remember.
Yeah.
We bought battery at 33,000 a watch from someone in there.
Yeah.
We bought the battery. This guy was like, "Oh, you're buying the battery." I was like, "Yeah, I'm buying the battery." I was just about buying the car. And I was like, if I don't like the car, I'll let you keep the battery.
Yeah.
I had a lot of money for my age. I was a reckless spender. I'm telling you. So we put the battery in the car. I down Magombugi and in the Manawao. His name was Kanyimbo. I bought the car from someone. His name was Kanyimbo something. Can I go to the Gurumbi? So that's some food. Was it 5? 5? I forgotten. We drove all the Gurumbi. Drove the car. I loved it. So it's a sports car. Yeah. It's an old Toyota Levin. It's a sports car. Yeah. 2 doors. Yeah. So we drove it and I put on the gas. I was like, my goodness.
Really nice.
It's nice. I was okay, fine. I had a checkbook. Can you believe it?
You had a checkbook? What's this?
I thought, yeah. I still keep the leaves from Standard Bank or that checkbook. Oh my goodness. And I'm under numbers, but I was okay. For me, I wanted to be bragging with the checkbook. So now I was check 1 million. Now, my bank account now you got number at your name. Not my airline.
Yes.
So, but unfortunately, I was using number airline B.
Yeah.
So when this guy went to the bank, or one bank, our bank is supposed to call me to approve a check.
Yeah.
Our friend drama.
Yeah.
Number was agreed. Don't you know panic?
I win.
I don't know. I'll just have a bank or 850. I'm in Tanzania. This guy is a guy who had come from South Africa. I think I'm from France. So I went there. I was like, no, phone yanga yiri mwa Nidia. So I wrote a check 850. And that's going inside the bank. I was like, give us a phone. Was like, grass. He says, man, is everything okay? Check on 750. So now it's when I realized, it's because my number name. So I wrote another check at 750 number. Now this check now, they getting a day come banking. So I went inside the bank. So they figure out account. So they said, no, the number is off. So the number said, okay, that's fine. Get your name. So I bought that card 750 from a million because of what happened like that.
Wow.
That's how I bought. So I bought it here in Zuzu.
Oh,
yeah.
But
I remember when I bought the car, I didn't tell anybody I bought the car. So I went home. I was drinking. I think it was actually Friday when I bought it.
Yeah.
So I went home. My friend now did one sang and I got one good at the
Uli
never stayed in the You know what she did? She said, "Man, I know Frank. What I Frank? I'm gonna go Mufa.
Wait till I'm going to
Oh no, she had man. I said, "Come on, but she stood in front of the car. My neighbor was like, "Hey, man, Mufa.
When
So we parked
the Mazuro Bame.
Mazulu. So we parked the car. My mom was so dramatic. So we parked the car. I had to get a taxi. It was, I'm telling you, she didn't allow me to get a car. She said, "Somebody should drive you." Like that.
Okay. I think that's a very inspiring story. You know, Gudi accessing such type of amounts of money at that time and being able to have a car. Yeah. I mean, for most people, even now, and Ramabanga retire. Bamena Mazagula, their first car, you know. So that's a very inspiring story. And I also wanted to find out, you remember those days, a few years ago, Kulima demonstrations.
Yes.
You were part of, you know, that uprising.
Yeah.
And I think most of those stories are in your book. Sunrise.
What you see at sunrise.
What you see at sunrise.
Yeah.
Can you just highlight? Because I think Una Mangidwa now at that time, Kabere, is it the time something happens? You went to the barracks.
I know. Yeah. Okay. So
what happened there?
So around that time, when people were demonstrating, right?
Yeah.
I was I had been a candidate for AMP for Blantyre City South.
Oh, and how is it
2019. Oh. So I was with Umo's Bade.
Yeah.
Now with Umo's Bade, I remember after the elections. No. We had a meeting. I think after. We had a meeting. I think after the elections. I'm not sure which came first. I have to remember. But at the meeting, I was in the NEC, National Executive Committee of Umo's Party. Yeah. I was the National Youth Director. I had one at the convention. So So when we were in that meeting, Professor John Chisi said, for the I think it was before. Now I'm remembering correctly. It was before.
Before that time.
No, he said we're going to go into an alliance with DBB.
Oh.
So when he said that, everyone clapped hands. So this Japanese president, the syndrome of presidents. Oh, these guys. I was the only one who didn't clap hands. Now I'll tell you, I hated DBB. I hated Peter Mutharika because I thought he was the most incompetent president we'd ever had.
Yeah.
He was the most, and they ran I hated this Anadad thing, what they had going on. These guys number plates, I hated it. I'm telling you, I hated it. One big. And these guys, I've never seen people who are so, they had a high level of impunity. Yeah. Like you'd never seen before. So I hated it. When she said that, I said, no, then me, I'm not joining you. And I remember Jesus got very mad. He fumed because no one had ever challenged him before. He didn't like being challenged, but I said, I'm not going to do that. And I put my foot down. If you meet him, he will tell you this story. Oh. So we had a back and forth in front of people. He said, young man, you're a young man, you must learn. You must respect your elders, and I'm your president. But if you don't want, then we're wishing you well. I'm not going to be part of it. So after that, I spoke with his daughter. I said, I'm not going to be part of this anymore. So eventually, after that, I made an announcement. I'm out of Umo's Party. I didn't like it. So I never said why at the time, out of respect for him, because he was like a father to me. Yeah. We used to be very close, me and Professor John Chisi, but now we're not close anymore. We used to be very close at the time.
Why are you not close?
I don't know. We just lost touch after that. Okay. Because whatever I was doing with this campaign, I was running everything. He would never make a decision without talking to me until that time. So after that, then we saw that we had lost the elections, but we saw that in Ajidima, they were going to court, and Babanga Madema.
Yes.
So I joined the demonstrations, right? Because I believed that something wasn't right. Yeah. But also for me, I'll be honest. Yeah. I wanted DBB out. Yeah. I thought they would lose. Yeah. Because at that time, 2019, never was Chidima. Yeah. So the momentum kept on building up. Yes. Building up. Bagana Koruja, the case was won. Yeah. Now, Jesus also took a U10.
Oh,
he took a U-turn, and then he said, now we're going good. We're going to this direction. But the reason why Poyamba said we're going to go to DPP was because APM funded our convention that we had in 2018. Our convention that never 2018.
La 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 la